Did Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fix their boxing match? This burning question has sent shockwaves through the boxing community. A recent lawsuit claims the high-profile bout was staged, and if true, it could lead to serious consequences for both fighters. But what led to these allegations, and why are so many convinced the fight was a setup?
Paul's fights are 100% scripted. When Mike Tyson fought Jake Paul, he hit him with a strong right hand. Jake Paul then made this face to signal to Mike to calm down. He also made the same face when he fought Tyron Woodley. It literally looks like he's sending a signal. Jake Paul knocked Tyron Woodley out with a right hook. Tyron Woodley just so happened to face plant, which is very unlikely. Tyron Woodley got knocked out in the perfect position to promote.
Allegations of a fixed fight began swirling immediately after the bout, but now they've escalated into a serious lawsuit. The legal action accuses Mike Tyson and Jake Paul of staging the entire event purely for profit. If proven, the fallout could be devastating, not only for their careers but for the integrity of the sport as a whole.
To the feedback on the fight.
You can clearly see Tyson was holding back his punches.
They just want me to lose. That's the only way they would have thought it was entertaining. And people are like, oh, it's rigged because look at him on the pads, but he didn't do this in the fight. Because someone is back, you dumb. People don't realize my power.
That is true.
And my jab and my speed and my ability and my footwork to get out of the...
Critics point to moments where Mike Tyson appeared to pull punches or hold back, an odd sight for a fighter known for his relentless aggression. Similarly, Jake Paul, despite his trademark bravado, seemed to lack urgency, failing to push the pace. To many fans, it looked like both fighters were simply going through the motions, fueling suspicions that the match wasn't genuine.
A lot of people are happy, would be happier if he never does this again. Stephen A., you said he looked old. Yeah, he is old. He's 58. And there's a reason why you stepped away from the game 20 plus years ago. If you thought you still had that in you, you would have kept fighting. You said you didn't have that in you anymore. It was bad. It was bad. And Stephen A., I want to echo everything that you said. This man owes a lot. He had 8 transfusions, almost lost his life, lost 25 pounds. Kudos. But bro, when you step into the ring, we got to set that aside. We got to judge you on your performance. And that performance was pathetic.
The lawsuit alleges the fight was never intended as a genuine competition, but rather a calculated spectacle to rake in massive pay-per-view sales. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are accused of orchestrating a choreographed match to attract millions of viewers while ensuring both walked away unscathed. While bold, the claim resonates with fans who believe the lackluster action in the ring supports the theory.
Well, Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, it's come out now. It was rigged. I can't believe it. You know, you have to question the validity of boxing these days when you can't trust 2 professionals to get in the ring and do their best against each other. And instead you find out Mike Tyson pulling these punches, not trying to hurt Jake Paul. Absolute disgrace. I thought better of them. You know, I really did. I thought that Mike Tyson especially, Iron Mike, he was just going to go in there and knock Jake clean out. But here he is, not trying. I'm so disappointed.
Adding to the controversy is the stark contrast between Tyson's intense training footage and his lackluster performance in the ring. Weeks before the fight, videos showed Tyson throwing lightning-fast, powerful combinations, reminiscent of his prime. Yet, on fight night, that explosiveness was absent. While some chalk this up to his age, Tyson is 58, others see it as evidence the fight was scripted, arguing it's unlikely someone could look so sharp in training but so subdued in the match. Jake Paul hasn't escaped scrutiny either. He's faced accusations of rigging fights before, notably after his knockout of Tyron Woodley. Though Paul's manager, Nisa Badarian, insists Jake's victories are legitimate, whispers of fight fixing have lingered, and this lawsuit only deepens the doubts surrounding his career.
The only thing that bothers me is the continued kind of narrative and people saying the fight was rigged. I saw something from Michael Irwin. Irwin, was
the football player.
Yeah, he was on the broadcast. He actually sat there with Jerry Jones. I saw something this week where he's like, "Oh yeah, I saw the contract and Mike couldn't throw an uppercut." Like, are you? I'm concerned that there's a CTE problem there for Michael Irwin, because how would you see the contract to begin with? That, you know, Mike Tyson couldn't throw an uppercut. I mean, it's beyond lunacy and the realm of like just reality of life.
Some argue the fight wasn't rigged but simply a poorly executed exhibition. Tyson, nearing 60, can't realistically perform like he did in his prime, and Paul, still a relative newcomer to boxing, was up against a legendary name, even in a non-competitive setting. From this perspective, the match wasn't fixed but rather a mismatch of expectations. However, the lawsuit has ignited a storm of controversy that won't be easy to quell. Whether this was a calculated cash grab or a genuine fight that fell short of the hype remains to be seen. For now, Tyson and Paul are under intense scrutiny, and the outcome of this case could shape their legacies in the sport.
Was fixed and why it was fixed. Listen, understand it was a big nostalgia hit. It got our attention. It was a big financial promotion for everybody, and it actually worked. Now, the fight was absolutely terrible, and it feels like Paul was holding back his punches, and at times Mike Tyson was holding back punches. If these guys went full out on each other, right, it would look bad on Jake Paul for knocking out a guy that's twice his age, right? And it would look bad on Mike Tyson if he got knocked out as well. It would tarnish his legacy. Not only that, if Mike Tyson hit Jake Paul and knocked him out, it would ruin the legacy that Paul wants to leave as he continues to fight. He didn't want to tarnish that losing to a guy who's twice his age. So it would look back either way. So to answer your question, 100% this was fixed. They sat it out and talked about it. It went to decision because that was a neutral way to end it, and it went the full 8 rounds to keep people entertained. They didn't want it to end.
One of the most striking moments in the fight was Tyson's apparent hesitation to go all out. There were clear opportunities to land his trademark punches, but he held back, a stark contrast to the aggressive style that defined his career. Tyson's approach has always been about overwhelming opponents with speed and power, aiming to end fights quickly. Yet, in this match, that signature fire seemed absent. In the third round, for instance, Jake Paul left himself vulnerable after stepping in, but instead of capitalizing, Tyson hesitated. Fans questioned whether this was a calculated effort to extend the fight or if he was holding back for another reason. These puzzling moments fueled speculation, and what started as whispers of a fixed fight quickly turned into widespread accusations. Critics argue the absence of heavy punches from both fighters wasn't coincidental, but an intentional decision to choreograph the match.
How wrong was I? I let my heart rule my head. I picked Mike Tyson. I picked Jake Paul. Let's remember, Mike Tyson, the warrior of old, not the old warrior that was in front of Jake Paul. Take nothing away from Jake Paul. I congratulate the young man on his win. I congratulate him on his courage. It takes so much courage to climb into the boxing ring, to fight anybody, let alone fight a legend.
The audience had been promised an unforgettable showdown, a fight worth every penny, but what unfolded felt underwhelming, leaving fans questioning whether the lackluster action was genuine or orchestrated. The fight's build-up was electric, driven by Mike Tyson's viral training clips showcasing his astonishing speed and power, reminiscent of his prime. These clips had fans buzzing, convinced they were about to witness a historic clash. Adding to the excitement were Tyson's icy, reserved appearances in the lead-up, particularly during the press conference. His short, tense responses and cold demeanor contrasted with the relaxed and jovial Tyson fans had grown accustomed to, amplifying the anticipation. Yet, the energy and intensity promised during the build-up never fully translated into the ring, leaving fans to wonder, was it a strategic misfire or a carefully scripted spectacle?
In the ring is when the party begins. Then we're going to find out, can he party with the big boys?
And how does that party end?
Smashing.
And how do you think the fight will go on Friday night?
I think Jake's in a lot of trouble.
The strategy of building hype worked wonders for ticket sales. Fans were convinced this was more than just an exhibition. It felt like Tyson was out to prove something, even at 58. The buzz wasn't just about Jake Paul stepping into the ring with a legend, but about Tyson potentially making a comeback and reminding the world of his greatness. The narrative suggested this wasn't just a payday for Tyson, but something personal. Yet, some critics now argue these moments were meticulously staged to drum up interest and maximize profits. Tyson's cold demeanor and the slap at the weigh-in could have been calculated moves to create tension, amplifying the drama to draw in more viewers. After all, a storyline of conflict guarantees attention, and attention translates into money. Even Jake Paul's responses played into the drama, never backing down in face-offs and throwing playful jabs at Tyson during interviews. Jake expertly played the role of the cocky underdog who believed he could defeat one of boxing's greatest legends. Tyson's training clips played a huge part in building anticipation. Fans couldn't stop talking about how intimidating he looked, with videos of him throwing rapid combinations and moving with surprising agility, painting a picture of a fighter ready for an unforgettable performance. The buzz had fans convinced Tyson was back, even if just for one fight. But once the bell rang, that energy was nowhere to be found. The sharp contrast between the build-up and the actual fight became a major reason fans began questioning the authenticity of the event. All the key moments, the cold press conference, the slap at the weigh-in, and the intense training clips, had set the stage for something extraordinary. Yet, when it fell short of expectations, fans were left wondering, Were these moments genuine, or simply part of a carefully constructed show?
Day 4, it was okay, but you don't know what you got in store, baby. You got to face the God of War. Get ready, baby. Fire in the house.
Observers couldn't help but notice the stark contrast between Tyson's pre-fight intensity and his performance in the ring. Leading up to the fight, he exuded focus, even slapping Jake Paul at the weigh-in, suggesting a personal grudge. But once the bell rang, that fiery aggression was nowhere to be found. While some chalked this up to his age, acknowledging that maintaining peak performance at 58 is tough, others pointed to his recent training clips, where he displayed remarkable speed and power, questioning why that energy didn't translate into the actual fight.
I could genuinely tell the fight was rigged before Mike Tyson even was in the ring. If you watch closely, you could see in his facial expressions, he was like, I know I'm going to lose. And come on, that's not the Mike Tyson we know. I don't care about age. That's not his mannerisms. People are saying, come on, man, it won't be rigged. Mike Tyson won't do that. Mike Tyson's the type of guy to die for his legacy. He won't sell out. It won't be rigged. Brother, everything has got a price. If they put 30 M's in his face, said, yeah, man, just lose this fight. It won't count towards your record. It's calm. You think like, no, I refuse to. I've got a legacy to fight for. No, he won't do that. It was literally rigged. I feel it in my spirit.
Jake Paul's performance also raised eyebrows. While he landed more punches, many were light and lacked the power expected in a real competition. His cautious approach, especially against an older opponent, led some to believe he was holding back, perhaps to avoid causing harm or to ensure the fight went the full distance. The audience's reaction was telling, with boos echoing through the venue, signaling disappointment. Fans had paid to see a clash of generations, a true test of skill and will. Instead, they witnessed a match that felt more like a sparring session than a genuine contest. The lack of intensity left many feeling shortchanged, and in the aftermath, discussions erupted about the fight's authenticity. Was Tyson's subdued performance a result of age, or was it part of a calculated effort to make the fight seem competitive without real risk? Did Jake Paul hold back out of respect, or was it all prearranged? These lingering questions cast a shadow over what was supposed to be a marquee event.
You don't get no kudos about, oh, he's 58. No, that's not what this is. This was not some a celebrity. This was not for some charity. No.
The fight's outcome, a unanimous decision in favor of Jake Paul, did little to quell the controversy. For many, the result was secondary to the manner in which the fight unfolded. The perceived lack of effort and competitiveness from both fighters sparked widespread speculation about the fight's legitimacy. As the dust settled, the boxing community was left grappling with the potential implications. If the fight was staged, it would deal a severe blow to the sport's integrity. On the other hand, if it was simply a case of mismatched expectations, it would highlight the risks of pitting a young, active fighter against a retired legend. In response to the fight-fixing allegations, Jake Paul's team, especially his manager Nikisa Badarian, has been vocal in their defense. Badarian, co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions alongside Paul, has dismissed the rumors as baseless and absurd.
This was a regulated professional bout by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, the Texas Athletic Commission. And we were partners with Netflix, the biggest media company in the world, who's a public company. And for anyone to suggest that this was in any way a rigged fight, they're either dumb or they're looking for attention. And I get it, like putting up posts that, proof it was rigged, this was rigged. That gets you good engagement. And a lot of people comment and a lot of people like and a lot of people share. And we're in an attention economy. People say outlandish things to bring awareness to themselves. But it's a sad state of society that's where people want to spend their time.
Jake Paul has addressed the skepticism surrounding his fights, attributing his success to rigorous training and dedication, asserting that his victories are earned through hard work. He acknowledges that his unconventional path into boxing, from a YouTube personality to a professional fighter, invites scrutiny but maintains that his commitment to the sport is genuine and his match outcomes are legitimate. Despite the persistent rumors of fight fixing, which have impacted his reputation, Paul's bouts continue to attract significant attention and viewership. However, the cloud of skepticism still hangs over him. His team presses on, planning future fights and promotional events with the goal of bringing new audiences to boxing, aiming to bridge the gap between mainstream entertainment and professional sports. Yet, the ongoing allegations pose a major challenge, requiring them to continuously defend the integrity of their events to preserve public trust.
Give the fight the best fight I possibly could, but when someone's just surviving in the ring, basically, it's hard to make it exciting. So I couldn't really get him to engage me or slip shots and, you know, do something super cool or whatever. But I don't care about what people have to say. They're always going to have something to say, and that it is what it is.
Reports indicate that Jake Paul earned approximately $40 million, while Mike Tyson took home around $20 million from the event, highlighting the lucrative nature of high-profile bouts, even amid allegations of fight fixing. The financial success of the match can be attributed to several factors: the novelty of a YouTuber turned boxer facing off against a legend like Tyson, extensive promotional efforts such as viral training videos and heated press conferences, and the partnership with Netflix, which provided a global platform and contributed to the event's profitability. However, the financial gains come with potential consequences. Allegations of fight fixing have led to legal challenges, including a $50 million class action lawsuit against Netflix over streaming issues during the fight. If successful, the lawsuit could result in significant financial penalties and reputational damage. Additionally, the controversy has sparked a broader debate about the integrity of boxing, with traditional purists arguing that entertainment-driven events like this undermine the sport's credibility, turning it into a spectacle rather than a legitimate competition. This sentiment may impact future opportunities for fighters like Jake Paul, as promoters and audiences grow more skeptical of similar events.
I want to know how much Mike Tyson got paid for that fight, because he gave his legacy away for Jake Paul to make a name for himself. Jake Paul wins against another old man. The most rigged thing I've seen in a long time. Bro, Mike Tyson got paid millions of pounds just to walk in every round. Land no punches, throw no punches, nothing. Just walk around. Oh my days, bro got paid millions for that. Fair play, fair play. Mike Tyson's the real winner here, because if you're fighting a 50-plus-year-old man, hyping it up and all that, then you be crazy. Now Jake Paul is gonna flex. Oh yeah, this is corrupt and rigged. Netflix, bro, their first ever big stream is the most rigged.
Despite these challenges, Jake Paul and his team remain undeterred, continuing to pursue high-profile matches, with discussions of potential bouts against established fighters. However, the shadow of the recent controversy looms large, and future events are likely to face increased scrutiny from fans, the media, and regulatory bodies. While the fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul brought significant financial rewards, it also led to serious allegations and legal challenges. The long-term implications for both fighters and the sport of boxing remain uncertain, as the balance between entertainment and athletic integrity continues to spark intense debate. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.